Hi students, you are now going to create an assembly. You will put all your puzzle pieces together and make a cube similar to this one, and your cube will be all put together and fit in a nice assembly file. And note, when you're done, you should be able to click and kind of try to drag or move out any of your pieces, and they should be nice and fitted in and locked in there. So to create this, you will open Autodesk Inventor, which will bring you to a home screen similar to this. And today you are going to start a new assembly, which is a .iam file. When you save it, it will be .iam. So we will click on New Assembly, and it brings you to a 3D space. And in this 3D space, we need to bring in your puzzle cube parts. Today I'm going to bring in a yellow piece, and no clicking, but if you move around, you can place it anywhere in this 3D space. So one click on the left will set a piece down. If you were to click again, you would get a second of the very same piece set down, which we don't need, so we are going to right click and say, okay, we only want the one piece. To assemble the puzzle cube, you need another piece. So I suggest bringing them in one at a time. So you go back to place, and I'm going to put on my orange piece, and I'm going to open that up, and I'm going to put it down with a click, and then a right click to say I only want the one. And now I have two pieces in my 3D space. Real quick, before you begin assembling, you should take some time to get familiar with navigating the navigation tools in this view of your 3D space. As you can see, you can drag them around a pivot point with your cube, your navigation cube, and if you click home, it kind of brings it back to where you started. Up here in the ribbon, there is a position section where you can free rotate a single piece, and so if you want to rotate on the horizontal axis, you simply click and slide the horizontal axis. If you want to rotate on the vertical axis, you can click and slide. I'm holding down the button, the left click button on the mouse, and then it also works in between, sort of. You can get lost, but if you keep track of your vertical and your horizontal movements, you can free rotate each piece. You can come over here and free rotate this piece in the same manner. If you want to move a piece around, you can click Free Move up here in the Position section of your ribbon, and you can individually move pieces around. You can hit Escape, and you are no longer in any of those commands, and you can come back to your cube and rotate around a central position. You can also do free rotating here with a free rotate, and you can play around with all these navigation tools. So I suggest you take a few moments, get familiar with moving in this 3D space and how to move a single piece if you want to move a single piece, and how to rotate a single piece, and if you want to get a single piece rotated around, you can do that. All right, and once you're good to go with navigating in the 3D space with your puzzle cube parts, we can now begin assembly. So I'm going to hit Escape so no commands are selected, and I am now going to try to stick my puzzle pieces together where they go. To do that, you are going to set up a relationship called Constrain. So click on that command, and a menu comes up, and a lot of options on how to do this are available here. We can mate, that means bring edges or faces together. We can set up an angle relationship. We can bring a round object tangent to another object. We can insert things into holes, and there's some symmetry options available as well. We are going to stick to the mate, or bringing edges or faces together. And so down here we have a face-to-face mate command, or we have bringing two faces flush or in line with each other. Those are the two commands we will use to assemble our puzzle cube. First, I'm going to start with a face-to-face mate. I need this face, and you see how when you wave over the different faces of your puzzle cube parts, it highlights what face you're talking about and what direction you're going to be mating your piece together. So I am going to mate the inside of this yellow piece to the inside of my orange piece. So I need to carefully select that face, and when you do that, they come together, but not perfectly because you haven't completely told it what is perfect. I'm going to go ahead and hit apply and close this out and show you that even though those two faces are mated, they're not the full command. Like, it doesn't tell you exactly everything you need to have this stick together nice. So we need some more constraints. Typically it takes about 3 constraint commands for every piece you're trying to get stuck on there. You can see there's lots of problems with how this has been stuck on. I think another great command to give this will be that we need to flush this end over here with this end over here. So I'm going to select flush, and I'm going to choose this surface and then click this surface, and that'll bring the two surfaces in line with each other. And there they go. And always hit apply or it doesn't stick. Now we're not done because I need this to be lined up on the edge of the yellow piece. The orange piece needs to be scoot to the edge. If I close out of here, you can begin to see that there's like a degree of freedom where this thing is still able to move, and just moving it to the edge is not going to be enough. You actually need to lock it down. See, I'm even off a little bit. You need to lock it down with a constrain command, or the computer won't recognize that you are trying to get these flush with each other. So I do need to come over here and tell the computer that I want to constrain with a flush this edge to this edge, and now they are locked together, and hit apply or it doesn't stick. Now you can take a look and see, did these two pieces come together exactly as you've commanded? You can try to wiggle them away from each other, but since they now have 3 constraints on them, there is nowhere to go. They are locked in their location where you need them to be. So there you go. That's the beginning of assembling your cube. It's very important that you know how your cube goes together, because now you want to bring in your next piece, and you do that by placing and selecting the next piece that you want to bring in, setting it down with a click, and right-clicking to say, okay, you just need one piece. It's very important you know where this is going to go, and then you begin your constrain commands, whether you want to start with a mate, that's usually a good start, and then finish off with flushing it in the right location. It takes patience and practice and skill and a lot of redo, but once you get all 5 of your pieces in, you will then have an assembly that looks like this, and none of your pieces should be able to freely move out of their location. You have constrained it so they are all locked in place, and the computer knows where every piece is supposed to be. When you're done, you need to view the next video of how to put your assembly into a drawing so you can put it in your portfolio. But this is how to get your assembly made. Don't forget to save at any point, and when you save, it is going to be saved as a .iam, and you can give it whatever name you like, and make sure you're in your project file. And you are done once you get your assembly made.